Okay, work on these turn signals. Break it loose, unthread it, and this will get you started. Alright, that's free. That's coming off. Hold on a second. Okay. Now, I'm going to be mounting these flush mount turn signals on this bike. And they're LED. Now, the thing about LED bulbs, let's take you guys over to my battery. The battery is you need to know what wire is what, because with LEDs, I don't know if I can get this to work. Let's see if I can mount this here. Mount. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I'll see if that works. The thing about LED bulbs is you need to know which one's negative, which one's positive. So let's say this one's positive. I'm going to put it on the negative side. This light won't turn on. It will not turn on. Okay, that's on. I can touch it all day long. It's not going to turn on at all. But switch them. If I can get it to lay right, and it turns on. So you really can't screw it up, but definitely make sure you get the right side. And on your bike, you need to read the wiring schematic and see which side is negative and which side is positive. This was the thing that came off the bike. It was on here, like so. When you pull that off, take this off, keep this, because you're going to use it. Same thing with the other side. These here, they sandwich in between this bracket right here, and that will hold this light in place. So don't forget to hold on to these. Hey guys, alright, today's the day I'm going to be changing out the turn signals. These were already broke off when I bought it on both sides. I've already taken the liberty of mounting these on here. The clips on the inside, not clips, but the plastic. Oh, what do you call them? The plastics. I'm just gonna put it that way. These plastic pieces are here that prevent the bolt from sliding all the way through this aluminum frame. Keep those whenever you mount it back. But yeah, whenever you wire up your turn signals on both sides, all the wiring is behind the actual headlight itself. So the first thing you got to do is on both sides of the headlight casing, there's going to be screws down here. So I've already done a lot of the work already anyway, just kind of like save some time on this video. But let's go ahead and take this off. I'm going to do my best doing this in one hand. It's almost not happening. But you take this one off. Don't lose these. Whatever you do, don't lose them. Knowing my ass, I'm going to lose them. Alright, there's going to be one on both sides. One on either side. Doing this in one hand is not easy. Let's go ahead and take that off. I've already done a lot of the wiring on here and put it back together so I can show you guys really quick how to do it instead of taking forever to do it. Alright, now this headlight itself, the assembly, it may want to fall out. It's not going to completely fall out because there's a little tab on the top of this that actually hooks onto it. It was a booger getting it off. I haven't taken one of these off in a long time. But grab it from the bottom and pull outward like so, and then just wiggle back and forth and let it fall. At least it should. Yeah. Just straight down, because see a little tab right there? Yeah, that tab right there catches on to the top part, the top lip, this right here. So don't be freaked out if it falls down on you, but that's okay. Alright, first thing you want to do on this is disconnect the actual light bulb connection here. This pulls straight up. That's it. I've already taken it off once and it was kind of a booger to get off, but I'm just pulling straight up. That's all I'm doing. If I can get it with one hand. If I can master this, that'd be fantastic. Come on. Okay, now it's becoming to be a pain. Hold on. Alright. Straight up. And it's just a 3-pin connector. Just set that to the side. Grab the actual headlight itself and just set it to the side. You'll put it back together. I plan on changing this whole thing to LED headlight with the turn signals built into the actual casing. I thought that was a pretty cool design, but I'm not going to get that just yet. That's later. Alright, inside here, don't freak out. Okay, it's a lot of cluster of wires. I got that. That's totally fine because all the wires in the bike usually end up into the headlight because this is where all the brains are at. Here, this tab, a metal tab, just pull that down. It's flexible. And just start, pulling some stuff out, let it fall. You can always tuck it back up in there later. I've already, like I said, I've already started putting these wires together for the actual turn signals themselves. I'm unable to actually do the turn signals side for side, left or right, because this whole control right here, all this is bad and it won't let me do the left and right. So I went ahead on the other side and I hit the hazards, which or the 4-ways. You really can't see them. Hold on, the light key's not even on. Yeah, see, just one side's already hooked up. I purposely left this other side disconnected simply because there might be one mistake that you will do that I did. It was kind of a stupid thing, but just in case of things like this happen. Alright, I'm going to leave them 4-ways on, the blinkers. The thing I'm talking about is actually having the wires draped out on the outside of this case on both sides, because that's exactly what I did. I was stupid. I had all these hooked up out here and I connected them. There's a problem with that because these have to go back behind here and pulled on the inside up here. So that's why I left this undone, because that's exactly what I did and I wanted to cover that. So make sure before you connect everything, run the wires through the actual headlight casing first before you make the connections. Now fortunately on my part, these connections already existed in the bike before I got to it, so I was able to unplug these and then sew it through the back and feed it through the back here and then reconnect. These turn signals go to this side, so I'm going to come over this, and these were already connected for this side, so I don't have to mess with these. But I don't know which one of these goes to the wires. Now, like I said in a previous video, that you really can't screw it up. Just plug it in and find out which one gives you power to what side. They're LED, so they're only going to work one way. So let's put that in there, and aha! Well, I'll be damned, I got that the first shot. Okay, well, that's connected. I'm going to go ahead and put those together. I got to pause the video, and then I'll put them all together. Give me a second. Okay, now that worked out well. Now that I've got all these done, I put butt connectors on these and I wrapped them up with electrical tape. I was going to use my heat shrink that I have down there, but unfortunately the diameter is just for the butt connectors was not large enough, so I went ahead and just taped them up. which is acceptable. I mean, you can do that too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, fold all these up. Try not to put kinks in it. Fold them up. I'm going to organize it up here, back inside the headlight casing, back inside this clip that it was originally used, and try to button it up back the way I took it apart. One more thing. Make sure to be sure that both of the lights, it's hard to tell, both of the lights on both sides are turning on. Okay? Before you button up anything, before you wrap up all the wires and tuck them away, make sure your wires are hooked up correctly and make sure the lights are hooked up properly. Also, double check your stock connections, because I found that one of these was pulled out a little bit, which stopped one of the lights from working. So I went ahead and I went back through all the wires and made sure that it all connected just right. So anyway, I go ahead and do this. I'm going to try the snap thing. I'm kind of getting good at this. All right. And go. All right. That was easy. Okay, the last step is you want to take your headlight connection and put that back on the actual bulb itself. So it's time to bring that back up here. Now once I'm done reconnecting the actual headlight itself and remounting it, I'm going to take some wire loom and I'm going to wrap up these hoses, listen to me. I'm going to wrap up these wires, and I take a little bit extra wire loom and tuck it back inside here, because the hole for the back, on the back of this case, is actually big enough to feed wire loom through. So I want to make it look, as clean as possible and make it look good. So I'm going to do that for both sides. That way, whenever it's completely done, it'll look good. Yeah. It'll look good. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this connection. Balance. Balance. Come on. Okay, fine. Don't balance. Let's try this again. One-handed. Oh. Do I have the skill? Oh. I do. Boom. How you like that? How you like that? Like a glove, y'all. Like a glove. Alright. Oh, it's going to get hot real quick. Ow, ow. Turn that light off. There we go. Yeah, don't forget to turn off your ignition key. Let's tuck this up and away. I'm going to put that, remember that tab on the top, make sure it lines up with it. Alright, you push the bottom of the case down, and then you have your screw holes down here. Make sure they're going to line up. Let's see, where you at? There you go. Alright, where's the screws that I said I'd end up losing? There's one. I didn't lose it. But if I can just find the hole, said no man ever. Come on, there you go. Good boy. Alright, that's one. Where's the other one? The other one will be on the other side. See, told you I didn't drop one. I always drop one. Never fails. Oh, cruiser fail. Is that even lined up? Sorta. Yeah. In order to get it in, I'm having to push against the light casing just to line up the threads so that it works. And just like that. This is probably the shortest way to do it, but definitely make sure your connections are right. before you hook it all up. Otherwise, you're gonna put it all together, you gotta turn on the light, nothing comes on, and then you're gonna be like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And you got to tear it all apart and do it all over again, which is annoying. I've done it myself. Headlight comes on. 4-ways, still on. Fantastic. Cruiser rock. Now that both sides are off, I noticed that there's a plastic piece on the back side, a lot like the ones that are up on the front. Okay, but this is slightly different. In this case, the hole itself, I feel as though is not gonna work. It won't be compatible with this here. If I can get it to focus. Can't get it to focus. I don't think it's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some slight modifications. This little lip on here, I'm probably gonna end up cutting that off, and I might have to possibly drill it out to be a little bit bigger diameter. That way it'll fit in there nice and snug. So let me see what I can do here. Drill a hole. I'm gonna line this up. I don't have a drill press, but I can press a drill. So that's what we're gonna do here. Start from the back where it was flush and drill downward. Try to hold it without screwing it up, but also hold it without it spinning around on me, which it probably will do. See if that works. I don't know if it will, but it's worth a shot. Feed the wire through all the way down to the base and see if that'll fit. It will if I thread it in. That's a good fit. Alright, cool. And there you go. There you have it. That's how you fix that problem. So, and it's only plastic. It's not gonna hurt anything. So, you do this to both sides, and I'll call that good. After you drill the holes in those two little plastic pieces, you want to sand them down to where they're about this height. And I use the concrete below me. I mean, as you can tell, it's a shadow. But this is what it starts with, the height of it. And this sticks through. Let me show you. See how it protrudes from the panel, or from the actual metal plate? It sticks out. That's not going to let your flush mount sit right. So what I did, is I ground it down. This is the one I sanded on the concrete. Let's see here. See how much shallower, I guess it's a word, how much more shallow that is? That's what you're looking for. So let me show you what that looks like. First with this one, and then with the one I sanded. So let me show you the difference. Okay, this is the one that was not sanded, and I went ahead and I mounted it on this side because the way that my phone won't do it. Ah, hell, just trust me. I went ahead and I snugged it up on the back here, and I tried to tighten it, and look at this. Look at this. It moves around. I don't want that when I'm driving down the road. So let me show you what happens when you grind it down using this. Okay, this is the same way of mounting it, only this one's been ground down and sanded down much thinner. Again, I put the nut on the back, both of them done the same, finger tight, and the difference, I'll put my tool back, and the difference, I'm not going to move this one. This isn't going to bounce around. I mean, that's the flex of that is from the rubber grommet on here. Okay, that's it. So you got to grind this down in order for it to not move around, and you just call that good. Alright, well, that will conclude this project for today. It's pretty much all I've got going on for today. So this is SV Cruiser. Peace.